Hey guys, welcome back to the channel where I cover missing persons, unsolved cases, crime news, and more. Unfortunately, Madeline Soto, aka Maddie, is still missing. There was a big update overnight. I did post it on the community tab, but obviously I wanted to go over that on this video. So here is the news clip of the boyfriend of mom being arrested yesterday.
37-year-old Stefan Stearns was let out in handcuffs Wednesday night. Initially called the boyfriend of Madeline's mom, investigators now call him the stepfather in arrest paperwork. Paperwork accusing him of sexual battery and possession of child sexual abuse material. Kissimmee police are working the case, along with Orange County, which is working the disappearance. In the affidavit for the arrest warrant, Stearns gave consent to search his phone. However, he stated he had accidentally performed a factory reset on his phone on February 26th.
He accidentally. Yeah, Stephen. No. You don't accidentally perform a factory reset on your phone. Takes a bit of work to do that. And coincidentally, it's the day that Maddie goes missing? No, not buying it at all, dude.
The day Maddie vanished. In announcing the arrest, the sheriff's office said there had been an attempt to delete evidence. In the phone, evidence showing Stearns was in possession of material depicting the sexual performance of a child, and that there was probable cause to believe Stefan committed a sexual battery. Sheriff John Mina releasing a statement after the arrest saying Stefan Stearns had the opportunity tonight to come clean with detectives and help lead them to information about Maddie's disappearance. Her loved ones deserve answers, and OCSO and the Kissimmee police will not stop until we find Maddie.
Yeah. Sexual battery in the home. And they gave him a chance yesterday, as Sheriff Mina states here, to give them information about what happened to Maddie, and he immediately said, "I'm not talking and I want a lawyer." This does not make him look innocent even in the slightest. And of other note, that those who do not know, he works or worked, because I'm pretty sure at this point he probably doesn't have a job, but he worked at Walt Disney World.
Scheduled to go in front of a judge on those charges this morning, Stearns refused to appear. Wednesday from Chopper 2, we saw search teams at work near St. Cloud, and also teams near Osprey Park. Nothing so far, but each agency is working investigative leads.
So that definitely is where we stand as of Thursday evening, day 4, well, over that, because she was last seen about 8:30 a.m. Monday morning, and as I record this, it's 6:30 p.m. on Thursday. So again, there is video that he did drop her off at Peace Methodist Church, and there is video of her getting out of the car. It was grainy, but they are stating it is there. And then her distance to walk to Hunters Creek Middle School is very short. And a TikToker actually did a walk from the church to the school, and I'm going to show that momentarily. And like I've said, I've run in that area, and it's definitely safe. But, these days safe is, what you make it. But he's refused to be seen by the judge today. And I'm hoping at this point that Mom, Jen, if she was oblivious or just didn't realize what was going on in that house, I'm hoping this has opened her eyes, because I personally am not blaming her. I believe that it's possible she's a hard-working mom. And this was going on, because I think my personal thinking on this is he was grooming her. And he's already the suspect, and I can tell you he knows where Maddie is. I do not believe she would be 4 days in the woods or anywhere in Hunter's Creek or anywhere in that vicinity. I do not believe that at all. I think she would not have lasted that long out there. She would have emerged. And also with all the search teams out there, she doesn't have a cell phone, anything to guide her. Even if she carried snacks with her, eventually she would have to come out to replenish water and what have you. So I don't believe she's in hiding at all at this point. So Fox 35 here in Orlando, they spoke with her mother, Jen. And if you watch in the background, this is before Stefan's arrest. He is in the background, and I want you all to watch this interview, watch Mom, and also watch him in the background.
Jen, go ahead and tell us what's going on with Maddie.
Well, Monday morning, we took her to school. We dropped her off close to school, across the street from a church, which is it's right next to the school. She crossed the street and walked to school, what we thought walked to school. My boyfriend who drove her to school drove away at that point. It was seen on video footage that she hung out in the parking lot of the church for a few minutes and then got up and walked towards the school. But she never made it that walk and that was around 9 a.m. when she got up. She never made it to school after that. It's right next to the school. I don't know why she didn't make it. I don't know if something happened on her walk along the way or if she got taken, but she never made it.
And that was the last anyone's seen of her or heard from her?
Yes. I went to pick her up after school, and she wasn't there. So I started driving around, maybe thinking she took a walk. Maybe she decided to walk to my mom's office, which is pretty close to the school as well. Drove around and I didn't see anything. I drove back to the school. The school was closed. I emailed one of her teachers. They confirmed that she was absent all day. At that point is when I called 911 because I realized something was truly wrong.
Have you heard from any of her friends? Has she been active on any social media?
She hasn't been active on social media. None of her chats, none of her games. We did contact all her friends. None of them had seen her Monday or heard from her. There's no update.
How could she be active on social media or texting without her phone? Obviously, she doesn't have she's not accessing, her social media without a phone or a laptop. I find it very interesting how Stefan walks right into the Zoom call, places himself on just barely on the screen there. He's watching and he's cracking his fingers. His body language is very telling to me.
And I have to ask this, and I know I hate doing it, but is she the type that would run away? Has this happened in the past or anything? Has she ever threatened to run away?
Never. She's never, ever mentioned anything like this before. And she's not the type to want to do this. She did accidentally leave her phone on Monday, which is kind of normal for her. She's got ADHD and very forgetful. So she left her phone at home, so there's no way to trace her. They tried tracing her school laptop, but that's off, so it's not pinging to anything.
Jen, what is your fear? I know you mentioned she's on games and stuff. Do you think she could have met somebody and tried to meet up with them?
she's open to us. She's open with us about, if she's got a crush with anyone. And she told us she had a crush on someone at school. And I looked at their messages. Nothing was weird. I looked at all of her messages, all of her deleted messages. Nothing seemed weird. It didn't seem like she was talking to anyone. So I don't feel like that's the case. I feel like she may have been taken, because this is not like her at all to just disappear and not let us know where she's going or who she's with.
I don't think she accidentally left her phone there. I kind of wonder if it was purposefully done. And Stefan in the background there, the way he acts really, really bothers me. And the fact that at least during this interview, I'm hoping at this point, Mom has changed her tune, her thoughts on the boyfriend / stepfather, which is what they're stating that he's being referred to, that she's seeing through him because she invited this man into her home around her now 13-year-old child. And I believe he's involved and he knows where Maddie is.
Yeah.
What are you getting from law enforcement? Are they actively searching for her? I mean, what happens now? I mean, especially that she doesn't have her phone with her.
So as far as I know, they're conducting a search around the school. Behind the school, there's a Shingle Creek. There's a wooded path area that you could walk. It's a hiking path. They are going back there with their canine dogs. They've taken a piece of her clothing to see if they can trace her scent. They're also taking their own vehicles. I'm not sure what type of vehicles, but they're going into the woods to search for her. But I don't feel like that's going to find anything right now. We've had people all day on that trail sending us photos to see if anything there looks familiar and like her personal belongings, and nothing is hers. So I'm not sure where to go from here. I'm just contacting the news to get the word out, to get some help, because I'm desperate. I'm a wreck right now.
So you think that she's been taken against her will?
I do think so, yes.
As a mom, what's your mother's intuition telling you right now?
I'm trying to hope for the best, but I'm scared for her. I want her to be okay, and I want her to be safe. I don't want her to come back harmed. I just want her back. Whatever that means. I just want her back.
And the answers were right behind her there. And remember, he's not talking to anybody right now. He's not talking to the cops. He didn't even want to see the judge. Stephen knows. He knows exactly what happened and where Maddie is.
Are you getting any updates from law enforcement? I mean, yes, they're searching that small area, but have they gotten any hits on any scent or anything like that?
They haven't let me know anything. They haven't updated me since I spoke to them this morning. I've contacted them to get some information or to give them some leads, but I've heard nothing back.
And Jen, there's no way that she, just being, a teenager, was like, maybe had a fight with you or an argument with you and was like, you know what, I'm going to go hang out at so-and-so's house and teach her a lesson. Could that be a scenario?
I don't believe so. We actually haven't gotten into a fight in like a few weeks, or arguments or anything like that. If anything, on Sunday, she celebrated her 13th birthday with my entire family, and she had the best day. She was so happy. She showed us all her gifts. She's just a happy girl, and she showed it on Sunday night when she went to bed. She was so happy. So, she had the best day. I just, there was no moment in that evening from when she got home from the party that she had her phone or had the laptop. She went straight to getting ready and went to bed. So I know she didn't have any conversations with anyone. She didn't make plans with anyone. I didn't I didn't see any of that.
So she spent the whole Sunday celebrating her 13th birthday. Was her 13th birthday on that Sunday, or that was just like the time you guys were celebrating?
That was the time we were celebrating. Her birthday was on Thursday, the 22nd.
Okay,
She just turned 13.
But that's just so heartbreaking to be celebrating her 13th birthday, and then the very next day, that's
gone.
the last you've seen of her.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, where do you go now? Are you gonna go out there and search or look, or what is are you sticking by the phone? Are you what are you doing?
I'm staying at home, staying by the phone, hoping she just appears. I know my entire family is out looking. They've all spread a bunch of flyers. I've had people contact me that they've gone to the international airport to spread flyers, to Amtrak, to Greyhound, just any way that if someone's taken her and they're trying to take her, just to show her face, just to make sure, she's not being taken against her will.
And you mentioned ADHD. Was there anything else maybe mentally going on, or that you knew of?
She does suffer from anxiety, and once upon a time she was diagnosed with autism. We had her what's the word?
Brained, maybe?
Reevaluated.
Okay.
We had her reevaluated a few months ago, actually, and they told us, no, she didn't have autism, but she did have some autistic traits. She did have ADHD, some autistic traits, but not autism. So I'm not sure where to leave with that, because one doctor said she did and one doctor saying she doesn't, and I don't know. She's just in the middle, I guess, because she does have some tendencies, but socially she's pretty great. So I'm not sure.
And with the video that you were able to see whenever your boyfriend dropped her off, where was that? Which video? Was that a surveillance camera?
It was a surveillance camera from the church, Peace Church, right next to Hunters Creek Middle School.
And do you have that video?
I don't have that. They didn't show me. They wouldn't show me. It was actually my sister was the one at location, and they were letting her know what they saw on camera.
Okay.
But they didn't show it to any of us.
Got it. Okay. Jen, is there anything else that you'd like to add?
Please, 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 if you have any information, contact me, contact law enforcement. Any information helps. Maddie, if you see this, please come home. Please be safe. I love you very much. If you have my Maddie, please just let her come home. We just want her home.
So that interview was either Tuesday or Wednesday. I believe it was Tuesday, because Wednesday they were not in the home. And that's when KPD, Kissimmee Police Department, and they all took over the home to do their full search. And that's when they did all the interviews. And of course, Stefan was taken and arrested once they found the evidence on his phone and what have you. So I am really hoping that she's safe, guys. But I have to tell you, I have a bad, bad feeling. If truly he dropped her off and he immediately went on his merry way to whatever he was doing, work, back home, whatever, and she would have walked to school, and I'm going to show you that video momentarily that one of the TikTokers, a local, did a TikTok. She would have been at that school within minutes. Minutes. It's a very popular area. It's a pretty quick walk. Nothing really to it. I don't believe she was abducted. Of course, this is my opinion, guys. I don't believe she was abducted, and law enforcement hasn't said that. They have stated one thing, that Stefan is the one and only suspect. Yes, he has not been charged with anything related to this yet, besides the sexual battery charges. But he's the one and only suspect. And he's the one behind bars tonight.
As of February 28th at 4 p.m., Madeline Soto is still missing. She was last seen in this field in front of Peace United Methodist Church on February 26th at 8:30 a.m. She was dropped off at this church to walk over to Hunters Creek Middle School, and I am going to take you on that walk. I am close to when the school will be let out, and I saw many parents parked in the parking lot despite recent events. So this is a popular spot for drop-off and pickup, and Maddie's family was not the exception. And I don't know if these bikes were abandoned or left here and kids just walked over to the school. But it is a very high traffic area. There are cars constantly going by, and it feels very safe. It is in the suburbs of Orlando in Hunters Creek, which is a very highly sought after area and has been rated the top place to live many times. In full disclosure, this is the first time I am making this walk, so I am looking around and pointing the camera at things that caught my attention. But I will tell you that it feels safe. I would have never questioned this short walk for my child, and I just wanted to point that out because I know that there have been many who are quick to judge and question why she would be dropped off there. But as a parent, I hate the car line. Like, I hate it with my whole existence. So I understand why many parents may choose this option. Additionally, it was noted that Maddie supposedly said that she was embarrassed by the car they were driving in and she wanted to be dropped off-site so none of her friends would see her in that car. Some locals had commented that there had been road work. They are doing landscaping, so I am not sure what the police have done to investigate this. In different areas around Orlando, these overpasses sometimes are hangout spots for those who are unsheltered, though like I said, Hunters Creek is a very safe area, but you can see there are some crevices up top where sometimes people do camp out, but again, that is in different areas. I can't say that that happens here in Hunters Creek. But you can see I am walking closer to the school. That is the school parking lot. You see it right there. It was not a very long walk. I am coming up on this other waterway, which again, it is Florida, so we see those everywhere. And also I wanted to mention again, look at this traffic. There have been so many cars that have gone by, and this is in the middle of the afternoon, well before school is let out. So it's not pickup time necessarily where cars are leaving in mass droves. It is just a random time in the day. There are apartments nearby. There are neighborhoods on both sides. It is a very high traffic area. And at 8:30 in the morning, many would consider it a very safe place to walk. Now, the school is surrounded by a lot of trees and wooded areas, so I know that the police have been actively searching around there. It was said that there was a message from Madeline saying that when she turned 13, she wanted to live in the woods, so they are taking that very seriously. I did speed up this part because there's nothing new over here. It's just a walk right into the front of the school, where in between their A grade rating, they post about Madeline Soto, who is still missing.
So hopefully that little walk from the TikToker there will help those that are not familiar with the area, as I am, and I know the locals are. Like she said, it really isn't far, as you can see. Her video is like just over 3 minutes. So basically within 5 minutes, you could walk from that Peace Methodist Church to Hunters Creek Middle School. It's super fast, and I don't believe that the construction workers or landscapers, whatever, I don't believe that they were any danger to her. But obviously, that could be remained to be seen. But as you can see, they do walk under an overpass. That should be the 417. And I don't know, it's possible if she was dropped off, maybe she was picked up further down the road by that overpass rather. So I don't know. As far as that's concerned, obviously, the detectives, investigators would have all that information as to Stefan's whereabouts, Stefan Stern's whereabouts, and they're not going to be able to track Maddie because her phone was not with her, and they're going to be able to obviously see where Mom was, where the rest of the family was, but again, there's no one else but Stefan that is the suspect. So I believe he knows where she is, and he knows what happened to her from the time he dropped her off at the church. So I really hope that he'll talk, but it doesn't look like he's going to. I'm hoping that maybe the mom will try to get him to talk at this point. She might be able to. I don't know. I mean, maybe she can go see him at the jail if he'll see her and say, listen, you need to tell me where my kid is. That's what I would be trying for if that was even possible, pleading to him to, tell the truth. But again, I don't know. So I'm going to keep you guys updated on this one as much as possible. Again, prayers for Maddie and her family right now. This is never an easy thing, and all I can do is share what we know, with the information we know, and share the facts as much as possible, and hope and pray that she comes home safe. But yeah, we rely on law enforcement. That's the bottom line. We're not the investigators. They are doing everything possible to find her. And so hopefully she'll be found sooner than later. Now that we're over day 4 now. We're hitting the end of day 4. All right, guys, I hope you have a great rest of the day. And most of all, stay safe.